This here in this picture is showing the Dubai artificial islands, and that's what it looks like today, and those at the bottom are actually the early plans. And I have a hunch that the Saudi prince was told by the elites in their club, because it's one club, you know, it's one club, and we're not all in that elitist club, you know, the less than 1% of the pyramid scheming rulers who rule the world. The less than 1% elitist rulers in every country, pretty much, you know. I'm sure that all of those central bankers and the Jesuits, monarchs, 33rd degree Masons, and so on, all these secret societies, and so I'm sure they probably weren't too happy with their original plans and ideas of this. It reveals too much, doesn't it, of what our realm is, and yeah, I guess they got them to change it. Those were the early plans. Fascinating, absolutely incredible stuff, that, isn't it? Very revealing, but you know, it's too late. Here it is. Figured it out. It's there for you all to see, right there in plain sight, right in front of your face. Let's continue. And here is a much bigger close-up picture here. You can see here in front of your face, and I'll go into further detail when I get right back to this in a minute. But again, as you can see, our section of our realm, our known section of our continents, not going beyond that. And as you can see, the gates in the east to the west being depicted, and the technological underworld. And you can see the luminaries, all of them down there, that are the so-called planets. And they are basically being projected by the angel cherubim, as we've gone into. And especially APM Research, as they discovered this and have gone over in their videos and explained the workings of the technological underworld and the entire realm. Yeah, so these angel cherubim robots are like machines. They are particle accelerators. They project a halo into the sky. They convert antimatter to matter, and they can form matter from the elements and the Earth's atmosphere. It's absolutely incredible stuff, people. It's absolutely mind-blowing. You really need to look into this stuff. But yeah, all the elitists, all the powers that be, they all know this, and all of them at the Vatican, they all know this. Yeah, so please look into this. You'll find everything you need to know in the playlists. And here, as you can see on the screen, is a clip from APM Research and their incredible work. Absolutely outstanding stuff, and this is just showing you some of a highlight of some of their videos here, as you're seeing throughout this video. And this is of the underworld, the technological underworld. The Egyptians show you and describe and talk of, and all many ancient cultures talk of. And again, even the book of Enoch, which is a book about technology, which was separated from the Bible. And they try to hide all of this from you. And here again is the Nazca lines that they've been mapping out, which is the blueprint for our realm. One of the glyphs there. Absolutely incredible stuff. It is all technology beneath us. So, you know, these beings, these advanced beings that people call gods, or advanced beings, aliens, you know, as the mainstream likes to call them, you know, highly advanced. Very highly advanced. Look here again. Look at this. Look at the pattern here, the sine wave, the wavelength, showing you where the luminaries, the sun and moon and so on, travel across our known continents, east to west, from the east gate to the west gates. And you are seeing the electromagnetic frequencies and the pattern there. And again, the line of fire, has it, yeah, it's not the ring of fire, it's a line of fire, and that's the actual map of our realm there. And again, more with the underworld, and the technological underworld, and the solar boat. Many of you know about this. Many of you have done your research on this. You know about this. And yeah, it's all technology. It's absolutely incredible. All cultures knew this. There you go. Sumerians there, Enki and Enlil, huh? Yeah. All these cultures, they all knew about this. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff, people. And this is what they've been hiding from us all. So, as has been gone into and exposed and revealed for all to see, As you can see on the left, that is the incorrect map. That is a globe Mercator map with the fantasy illusion of Russia being next to Alaska, which has been fully exposed, as I'll go further into, and many of you know by now already that what you're seeing on the right is our reality, and that is not the Ring of Fire, it is the Line of Fire. And that is again the APM Research Mercator Flat Earth map, as you can see on the right there. So we are about to go more further into this. Hold on. What you are seeing on the screen here is the APM Research Mercator Flat Earth map and the model, and as you can see, there are the gates in the east, west, north and south as depicted in all ancient cultures, and that is the sun going across, just showing you how the sun would go across without the electromagnetic fields, which is east to west compression zones and north to south expansion zones. And this is electromagnetic trapping of our sun and moon and the other luminaries as they come from the gates. And that is the gates in the east here, as you are seeing. Absolutely amazing stuff here. Absolutely incredible. So there you go. Just a little demonstration for you there. And here on the screen, you are seeing a sped up version of the seasons and the sun in each season coming out of the gates, each gate in the east for all the 12 months of the year. And that is the true analema. If you are standing in the east looking towards the east gates, that's what you would see as you are seeing all the zodiacs there. Absolutely incredible stuff. Again, that's the 12 gates in the east, and there are gates, as you know, in the west, north and south also. And here is somewhere in Antarctica, down in the south, at the bottom of Australia, going down in a line straight down from Russia, and you can see the sun and moon in their formless states of energy before they enter the electromagnetic trapping area, which is the area where our continents are, as it goes across our continents east to west, and it is caught in an electromagnetic trapping basically, and that forms its spherical shape, the sun and moon, as they're going across. And you saw in that clip just there, you saw the halo projections in the sky and the nodes, which many of the nodes are showing, and the sun travels in epicycles on its halo east to west as it's being projected, going across our sky from east to west from the gates, which are depicted in all ancient mandalas and mandalas of all cultures. Again, even many of these tarot cards show this, and they depict the gates and towers, antennas, whatnot, many different forms of gates, which also are known as portals. So as you can see, comes from the gates in the east, travels across our continents. The front gates has a shorter distance to travel. The rear gates, which is a farther gate back, longer distance to travel. So you understand again with the seasons, you know, with summer, autumn, winter, spring, and so on. So absolutely incredible stuff, people. Amazing. So again on the screen here, as you can see, that is the Line of Fire, not the Ring of Fire, and you are seeing the map on the screen. And yes, there are many projections of the Mercator map, and APM Research have been perfecting that. And yeah, as you can see, there you have it. Very straightforward, and funny enough, it also is the cause and effect of our earthquakes and those cycles. And this is observable, measurable, testable, repeatable, empirical, demonstratable, practical science with cause and effect, showing that very reality. Thank you. So, as you can see, it's more possible than we thought to predict earthquakes which is absolutely mind-blowing. So again, this is to do with the sun's driver, as well as the moon and the other luminaries, the mechanisms of the technology in the underworld. And as the sun travels east to west across our known continents, from the east to west gates, and this is the cause and effect for earthquakes and earthquake activity, and you can see the patterns there. These earthquake patterns are repeatable, and many people who've known somewhat about this over the years, not to this level, not to this degree like you're seeing here, and this kind of detail, but many people saw earthquakes and felt earthquakes, and they didn't turn up on the USGS earthquake monitor websites, you know, and you know, now we know why, because this is what they are hiding. This is what it is. And here is a more close-up picture of the earliest picture in this video on the screen, with everything I've just explained pretty much, with the east and west gates and the underworld, the technological underworld, as you can see. So yeah, just pause the screen and have a look. So, as you are seeing in the picture here and in those incredible video clips you just saw, the east to west compression zones and the north to south expansion zones that compress and expand, and they form the formless sun and moon into their spherical shape as they enter into the electromagnetic fields. So as I explained, electromagnetic trapping as they come out of the gates towards our continents, our known continents that is, going across. As they travel across from the east to west gates. And here is something I've gone over in all of my videos, and more information has just come out on this, and it keeps growing and growing all across our realm and our known continents, and even discoveries of other land masses beyond and possible continents, because some of them are very large. As you can see here, this is from my 5th video, video number 5, which also goes into a lot of detail on all of these things and so much more, linking to my other videos that cover a lot of mainly other things to do with travel and transport and so on, and the part of the real routes and paths they are taking. We'll go into that in a bit, but as you can see, Russia and Alaska are thousands of miles apart. They are completely on opposite sides of the world. The gap you are seeing there is just demonstrating that distance. Both have over 4 hours of daylight between them for 8 months of the year. So that distance is representing the daylight. Not that the continents actually look like that, but that's the gap in daylight to nighttime between the Little Diomede that's supposed to be next to Alaska, as we know it is there, and Big Diomede that's supposed to be next to Russia, but that is not Russia there. That's another landmass. It's a continent landmass known as Terra Isonis Incognita, which we go into further detail on, and in my last video I go into more detail, and even more in my 3rd video. But again, for 4 months of the year, and that's the winter months, it's over 3 hours difference in daylight between sunset and nighttime and so on. As you can see, it's just absolutely destroys the globe and the AE map. It's over for both of them, and there's also the over 20 hours difference in time there. Both Russia and Alaska are completely on opposite sides of the world. The map you see at the bottom there, as many of you know, billions of people have that map in their house. It's the Mercator map. That's the reality. And there's many different projections of the Mercator map with different sizes and continents and all of that. Yes, we know that. All these things are being perfected. Also, another absolute killer one is the midnight sun, where you have 24 hours of sun light in June. If you look on Little Diomede, that's next to Alaska, and it has 4 days of 24 hours of sun, and Big Diomede, that's supposed to be next to Russia, has 7 days, which is a whole week of 24 hours of sunlight. So this absolutely debunks the globe and the AE flat earth map. It's over for them. that's game over. We know what the reality is. So